Hi everyone. Hey. No, I'm not dead. I am here now, and it's been a really long time since I have filmed a video. I have had an absolutely whirlwind summer, and so I'm going to give you guys an update and kind of talk about my reading, which has completely tanked, and I need to figure out how to pick it back up again. And yeah, but I have like a major life kind of change going on right now, and so yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk about it and say hi, and I miss you, and I'm going to make it a priority to be around more. Anyways, so, or be more present. Not that anybody cares. But, so yeah, so I think the last video that I did was probably at least 2 months ago, and it was about, I think I was reading Gone Girl, and I was going to Black's Beach, which is a nude beach here in San Diego. So I did go. It was awesome. If ever you guys get a chance to, either you live in San Diego or you live in the greater California area, you come and visit San Diego and you're feeling a little, risque, you could go to Black's Beach here in San Diego. It was beautiful. And it's like down in there's like this cliff, and it's at the bottom of this cliff. There's like this whole cliff that kind of surrounds it. And so you have to kind of hike down to get to the beach. There's these rough-hewn steps in the rock, and you have to go down them, and oh my gosh, I was dying. Seriously, like, on the way down, I was dying. My legs felt like jelly by the time I got down there. And so I was toying with the idea of whether or not I was going to get naked or not, because, it's naked in broad daylight in front of people that are also naked, or some of them are naked. Not everybody got undressed. And, but once I made it down them steps, I was like, oh, no, BD, your ass is getting naked. Like, I was like, you taking your damn clothes off, because ain't no way in the world you going to climb all the way down these steps and then have to climb all the way back out them, and you just kept your regular bathing suit on. You could have just went to a regular beach for all that. So, yes, I did get naked. I got completely nude. It was amazing. It was so freeing, just walking around, rocking out with my cock out, and swimming in the water, with no clothes on. I mean, it was just wonderful. We had a ball. So yes, that was fun. Gone Girl. So Gone Girl is the last book that I finished. Oh my gosh, and I'm super, 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 like, even just embarrassed to admit that. It's the last book that I finished. I have not done a review on it. I don't think I'm going to do a whole entire review on it, because it just wasn't that monumental for me to do that, even though I loved the book. But it's just not a whole lot to say about it. So, I will say this, the first part was a challenge to get through. I was reading it and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I was just like, this book, just reading it through the first part. And I really did almost kind of just give it up and just go whatever. But I pressed through, and I am so glad I did, because when I got to that second part, oh, that book just sucked me in. It was so twisted. I think it was like the most twisted mind I've probably ever gotten a chance to visit in reading, because I don't read a lot of kind of horror or thriller or things like that, and so it was a new experience for me being inside the mind of the villain, because I think or a villainous character, because I think most of our books, they have you focus on your protagonist or whatever. This book was not like that, and so you really got in the mind of the bad guy, and oh my goodness. I mean, it was so twisted, but I loved it, seriously. I was just like, oh, shit, it's so sick. But I loved it. So, if you could just muscle through that first part and get through the first part. And it was funny. It had parts that were super, super funny. It was very witty. But yeah, if you can just muscle through that first part and get to that second part, that book was amazing. And so I'm really, really glad that I read it and finished. And I'm super, super excited for the movie to come out. I think it's coming out in October. And I believe the name of the actress is Rosamund Pike, but I'm not sure. At any rate, I'm interested to see her playing Amy, because she always plays these really kind of sweet, nice little characters, and so I'm kind of interested to see what her playing Amy is going to be like. So I'm looking forward to the movie coming out at the end of this year or later in the year. And so yeah, so that was the last book that I read. I was doing a buddy read with Frenchie D for The Painted Girls by Catherine Marie Buchanan, and I still have not got through the book. I'm about halfway through it, and we've been reading it for a really long time. Honestly, it's very dull. So, and it's not that the story isn't good, but it just doesn't give you that reading mania where it's just like, oh my gosh, I have to find out what's happening next. I have to be in this story. I have to be in this world right now. This book really doesn't do that. I could put it down and not pick it up in days and then just pick it up and read a couple pages. It just doesn't make me want to keep reading it for some strange reason. It's just dull, which I'm a little upset about because I thought with the subject matter that it would be very, 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 very entertaining because it's supposed to be about the demi-monde in Paris, which is like my favorite social echelon during the, you know, late 1800s, early 1900s, that Belle Epoque era of Europe. And so I was super, super, super excited, you know, to read this book, and I thought it, you know, would be very titillating, and, you know, but it's kind of not. So, which, I mean, I could understand because it's about two little girls, so how titillating can it really be? But still, it's just not what I expected. So I'm not saying that it's not good or it's not, you know, worth the read. I enjoy reading it, but it just did not produce that reading mania in me where I'm just like, I'm like, I gotta read that book! You know, no, that didn't happen. So, what I'm going to read next, I don't really know. I have a bunch of books, and I've gotten a bunch of books, and I don't remember the ones that I've gotten and which ones I've talked about and which one I hadn't, so whatever. But I have a lot of books that I've gotten recently, and so one of them is called 6 Years by Harlan Coben. I was supposed to read that for my book club, and yeah, didn't. And so, and then my husband bought me the box set of Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, and so, and he's been saying to me, yeah, read your box. So I'll probably maybe start those, and hopefully that'll kind of kick up my reading because I do have a reading goal for the year, and I'm lagging severely. I've like taken this whole month off of reading, I mean whole summer just off of reading and just been doing the damn thing. So, and that's what I have to talk about. So the reason why I haven't been filming and I haven't been reading and I haven't been here is because my husband and I have experienced a change in our relationship that I kind of wanted to talk about and I'm really excited about. And that change is that we have a girlfriend now, both of us. So we are polyamorous, and my husband and I, most of you know I talk about my husband all the time. We've been married for about 10 years. We have been married for 10 years. And we've both been dating the same girl. Her name is Brianna, and we love her to pieces. And so we've been kind of caught up in this summertime kind of whirlwind romance during the summer. And so it has been crazy, okay, and frantic, and but so much fun, and it's just, honestly, I just really can't, there are not really a whole lot of words to describe the experience because it's just so out there. Hold on, my battery's about to die. But it's just so out there from anything that I've ever done before. It's it's not something that we were looking for at the time. That wasn't, you know, what we were looking for. I mean, you know, I've talked about it before that I'm bisexual. And, you know, we've talked about, you know, being open and allowing, you know, or me having a girlfriend or something like that or whatever. And so at the time that we met her, that was kind of the goal, was, you know, for me to have a girlfriend. But it just kind of developed into something where we both were able to be a part of it, which is really good. And so, yeah, and it's so funny because it's just so out of the norm of anything that I've ever experienced. All of our conditioning, our, you know, social engineering has been geared to prepare us for these kind of heterosexual monogamous relationships. And so venturing out into this has really, really, really been kind of crazy. And, you know, coming out, you know, telling your family, telling your friends, which I'm not a super private person, obviously. So I've told everyone, and my husband has told his family, and, you know, she's told her family and stuff, and just dealing with people's mixed reactions and dealing with the public, you know, when we're all together and things like that, and all these things that I just had never experienced before. Being in a relationship with a woman, I had never had a girlfriend before this. And so I'm having all these new experiences, and it's been crazy. So, but wonderful because she is just such a peach. So, we're very, 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 very happy to have her in our lives. And so, yeah, so I might even come on here and talk about that, and what that experience is like. Because most people don't even know anyone that's polyamory or in that kind of relationship, and so I know it's very curious. And so if you guys have any questions or anything you want to know, I would love, 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 love to answer them because I love talking about it, and talking about the different things that we, you know, experience, because I do want this to become something that is much more mainstream, I guess, because it's the community, the polyamorous community is actually a lot larger than you think it is, and you'll be surprised at all the different people that are involved in these kinds of relationships and making them work. And, you know, I feel like the more you educate people of things, the less afraid they are of them. And so I'm not one of those people that, like, champion for polyamory, that everybody should be polyamorous. No, 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 no. It takes a very special person to be able to live that way. So, no, I would not say that, you know, death to monogamy, you know, everybody should be polyamorous. No, they should not. But it's definitely something that I want people to kind of educate themselves about so that they're much less afraid of it, or they think it's much less weird. Because honestly, to us, you know, when we're all together and stuff, it doesn't seem weird at all. I mean, sometimes, you know, just because, you know, it's outside of anything that we've ever experienced. But it's just very normal. It really is kind of like just take your regular two-person relationship and just add a third person to it. We do all of the same relationship things. So, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask me about, you know, I'm an open book, so I would totally love to answer them. And I'm going to be here more often. I'm going to be picking up my reading again and stuff, because I think the dust is kind of settling, and that, like, you know, crazy mania haze that you have with the new romance for us is now kind of starting to die down, and so now we can kind of resume regular activities and stuff. And so, you know, I definitely need to pick up with my reading. I need to pick up with my knitting, and so I'm planning on doing that. But I would love, love, love to answer questions, or, you know, anything that you guys want to know. I'm pretty sure at some different points in times I'll probably come on and do a video about, you know, the polyamorous experience, and I'll designate it as that, you know, because I don't really want this whole channel to be just about that. I mean, it's supposed to be about what the hell I want it to be about. But anyways, so, yeah, so there's my update. There's the books that I've been reading. That's what's going on in my life. So good to see you guys and talk to you guys, and I will be much, much, much more in touch. I'm definitely going to work on being better about being more frequent with my filming. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye. Mwah, kisses. Love ya. Bye.